Sing it. Yo, let's cut. DJ, cut the music. Listen, we are back. Y'all know it. We are back. What? We are back. We are back again. Listen, we had the DJ playing. Oh, man. I must say, all the love that we received for our birthday, we turned one, y'all. We turned the big one. That's exciting for us. I mean, we had a great year, 2021. And guess what? We're going to have an awesome year, phenomenal year, 2022. So we just want to take this time out to say thank you. We appreciate you guys. We appreciate the love. We appreciate the likes. We appreciate the comments. We appreciate everything. I promise you, we are a company that really supports. We're not just saying it. We are a company that really loves all of our entrepreneurs. We are out here hustling and bustling for you guys. We are doing everything in our power. So please stick with us. We have some great things coming down the pipeline. Our online platform, we have been working for this, man. Listen, from our hearts, I must say, it feels like a long journey, but it's not. But listen, whenever you are an entrepreneur, you already know things are not going to be easy. But we appreciate the love. The love helps. We appreciate, well, let me take a step back. Thank you for everyone on the Vendmae team. They've been doing a great job, especially, designing and developing this online platform. We can't wait to introduce the platform to you guys. But this is not about us. This is not all about us. No, it's not. You know what time it is. This is time to what? Spotlight an entrepreneur. Yes. But we had to switch it up a little bit, just a little bit. Last year, you guys were used to us always spotlighting, the entrepreneurs who had something, products. We were showcasing their products, but we wanted to change it up just a little bit for you. We wanted to show you the other side of vending. All right. So we have someone awesome. We can't wait till they join. This is going to be a great interview. You guys are going to love this individual. And also, you can actually take advantage. If you are an entrepreneur, if you have products to sell, if you love vending just as much as we do, then trust me, you're going to love this individual. All right. So let's see. Let's bring her on. Give us a second. Oh, before we bring you on, thank you. Yep. Before we bring you on, I must say, I had a great time with you guys last year. But here at Vendmae, we believe in doing bigger and better. Who's bigger and better than you, London? I know, I understand. But listen, we are always trying to do something different. We're always trying to figure out what can we do to, push our company forward. So we have someone else starting next week who's going to be killing it, who's going to be killing these interviews. I'm going to miss you guys, but trust me, once she steps on the scene, you're going to be like, London, who is this guy? I promise you. And her name is Morgan. She is amazing. We have a raffle, a wonderful raffle. Thanks to all the entrepreneurs for tagging other entrepreneurs. So we have a raffle where we're going to support three business owners. And so she's going to post the video, and this is going to be your first time actually, getting to know her. She's going to tell just a little bit about herself, and just look out for more to come. All right. So let's get this wonderful entrepreneur on. Oh, can you request? If you can request to join for us, we see you in the live. Give us a second, y'all. Let's get her on. Let's get her on. Let's get her on. So if you can just request to join for us, we can bring you right on in. Bring you right on in. Bring you right on in. You guys love my singing? I know you do. 1 second. We are almost there. You gotta request to join. We see you in here. All right, while she makes this request, we're going to take this time out to just let you guys know just a little bit about us. All right. Our name, for those who are not familiar with us, you know, we go by the name Vendmae. What does Vendmae stand for? Vending made easy. And when we say vending, we're not talking about, you know, vending machines. Not at all. We are spotlighting the real vending. All right. So vending where, you know, entrepreneurs, they have a product or they have a service and they need to get in front of new customers. All right. So with that said, we are developing an online platform. We've been on the scene since last year. And guess what? We launched this month. And why is this month so important? Let me give you a hint. You get it yet? Not yet? Not yet? Come on, come on. Why is this month so important? Why? It's Women's History Month. Yes, yes, yes. So, we had to make... Oh, there she is. She's coming in. Hold on 1 second. I want you guys to give it up for her. You know, like you normally... Oh, there's the love. Guys, you guys are giving her so much love. Yes. Stand up. Come on. There she is. There she is. The moment we all been waiting for.
Sorry, I'm not super tech savvy, so it took me a minute.
Listen. You did a great job. Because at the end of the day, guess what? You're here. You're here with us. And that's all that matters at this time. So, before we start, before you introduce yourself, before you tell the people how amazing you are, we're just going to play just a little game just to ease, you know, allow us to get a little relaxed. All right? Do you like music?
I do.
Perfect. So, I'm going to give you a word. All right? So, once I give you this word, then it is your job to give me the name of the song, or you can sing it for us. All right? I'm going to give you 5 seconds. You can use the people in the comments. All right? So please, everyone who's a part of this live, if you know a song with this word in it, please help her out. All right? We're going to give you 3 rounds. You ready?
Got it.
All right. So the first one, make this a little easy for you. Tonight.
I wanna groove tonight.
Okay. So you did a great job. Okay, let's make this one a little difficult. All right.
Okay.
Life.
If you look at my life, you see what I
See. Okay. You're a pro at this. All right. The last one we're gonna do is woman or woman. in the comments.
I'm every woman. It's only me. Thank you, Harvester.
Perfect. You get a 3 out of 3. You get to move on to the interview thing. But listen, everybody, we appreciate you joining us live. We have an awesome young lady here. She's going to tell you what she does and why. But before that, we want to know a little bit about the entrepreneur behind the brand. So just tell the people your name, let them know, where you're located, and something special about you.
So my name's Jacqueline Rice. I'm located in Laurel, Maryland. My company is called Whole Well, and we do that whole well work. I am a chef by trade, and so it kind of started off with nutritional stuff, and it just kind of sprung into something more.
Well. Okay. So you've already told us the name of your company. All right. So how did you come up with the name of your company?
So not very often do people realize that we're not whole and we're not well walking around in this society, and you can't just be one or the other. You have to be both, and It's not like there's a finish line. There's always a journey to get to that point. So that's why we're Whole Well. We're out to focus on helping everybody, the community at large, become whole and well.
I can definitely agree to that. So that is something excellent that you're doing. And what made you become an event organizer? Like how and why?
So it started off with me creating products. Like I have a starter spiritualist kit where I sell like crystal jewelry, stuff like that. And with the pandemic going on and everything, I lost my job and I decided that I wanted to do my own thing. I got tired of working for other people. So I started to vend at other people's events, and it wasn't awesome. Like, it was awesome at some places, but a lot of times it wasn't. So I'm like, if I can start my own business, I can do my own event. So just kind of progress from there.
Okay, so you started off, this is perfect. So you already started off being a vendor. So you already know the struggles and you already know certain things vendors need. And then you ended up being an event organizer.
Yep.
Is that correct?
Absolutely.
So do you still sell products, or are you more so focused on event organizing?
I do still sell products, but the event organizing kind of turned into something else that wasn't controlled by me. It was source leading me to do bigger and better things. So I do still sell products, but I feel like I'm being led to do the event organizing.
Gotcha. Now, when you say you feel like you're being led to do that, what does that mean to you?
So to me, that means listening to spirit, listening to source, and meditating, find out what my purpose is for being here and fulfilling my purpose.
I love it. So when did you launch?
A little over a year ago.
Oh, so you turned 1 year too?
I did.
Oh, it's everybody's birthday. That's wonderful. So, I mean, how did you feel when you reached that 1 year mark?
Relieved, excited. Because, a lot of small businesses, they don't last long. And I wanted to do something that created longevity, not just in my business, but in other people's businesses also. So to be able to turn around and say, hey, I've been doing this for a year now and I'm still doing it. And
Right.
yeah, it was a blessing.
I get that. And as an entrepreneur, it's not easy. I know I know it may look easy, but it's definitely not easy. You play so many different roles being an
Yes.
entrepreneur. So with that said, what is your least favorite role? And what is that role that you just love? You just love doing? Or is there one?
Definitely. Least favorite would be administrative stuff, like the
Okay.
paperwork. But I'm really good at it, so it's kind of weird. Like I'm really good at it, but it's not my favorite thing. I've never been a sit at the desk and do a desk job type person.
Right,
And
right.
probably the best thing is interacting with people.
So
Is
you're a
being
people
able
person.
to talk to
Okay.
different vendors on the phone, speak to different guests who are going to come to the events, and just get an overall feel of where everybody is on their journey with their own physical selves and with their businesses, and just having a nice community and a bond based on that.
I got you. So how you being an event organizer, you have to find these different vendors.
Mhm.
How do you find them? And how do you pick the right ones for your event?
So I go on different platforms on Facebook, and
Okay.
I also go out into the community and I get local businesses who are in an area and talk to them about the events that I'm having and the purpose behind it and stuff like that. So yeah, different Facebook groups,
Oh,
Instagram, and actually going out and talking to the community is how I
right,
find them.
right. How long does that process take for you?
A long
On
time,
average,
a long time.
a long time?
So I try to get started at least a month and a half in
Okay.
advance of any event that I have.
Hmm.
And it takes so long for me because I have to vet everybody. Because since I've been a vendor before and
Right.
I've been to different events, I don't want to have the stigma that some people have of going to these events, because sometimes when you go to these events, it's not well planned, it's not well thought out, they don't have very many, like, you might be a vendor and you go and there's no clientele there, and you're just kind of standing there selling to the other vendors instead
Yep.
of talking to the community. So it's, for me, it's much more than just having a body at the events.
Oh
It's
man.
looking for people with a purpose and who are also trying to grow and do more and be more. And that's something that I really want everybody to understand when they come and they're a vendor at my events. Like, I
Right.
advertise, I do marketing. I don't just say, hey, I'm going to have an event and then nobody shows up. Like, currently we have Eventbrite. We have an Eventbrite link for the event,
Right.
and we have about 150 guests showing up so far, and we still have
Okay.
weeks to go. So no,
So
I
you
I
guys
try
are
to do
out
my
there
due
early.
diligence. Right.
Now I trust me, I appreciate that. I know all the other entrepreneurs appreciate that because just like you said, there's been plenty of times where you would vend and it's just nothing but you and the entrepreneurs, just like you said. And
Yes.
now everyone is just supporting everyone. And
Yep.
honestly, when it's just you and the vendors, that can get a little costly.
Yes. Yes.
All entrepreneurs that's watching this live know exactly what I mean because now you understand the importance of support. So
Exactly.
you're there, you're going to support other entrepreneurs. So you're walking over to the tables and, hey, what do you
Mhm.
have? Oh, let me support you, and then they come and support you. But listen, as an entrepreneur who's looking for a vendor opportunity, they're looking for attendees.
Yes.
And so, as you said, you start how you said you start a month in advance.
About a month and a half.
Okay, that's perfect. And you know what entrepreneurs need. So our hats go off to you. Now, doing all this, what I mean, I understand this may, creating this event, finding vendors, and just out there hustling, going to Facebook, Instagram, and different platforms. You have to have a real why. There has to be something that's really driving you. And I think you said it a little bit in the beginning. But what is that why for you?
Why I go to those different platforms?
No, why you're on the scene. What is your why? What is your business why? What is that purpose?
For
Like
my
why is your business? Yes.
So for my purpose, it's because I want to get everyone possible in contact with those resources that they might not normally get in contact with. Because, you have a lot of big businesses out here who are selling these products and stuff, but they might have a lot of chemicals in it, or they
Right.
might have something you're allergic to. And a lot of people don't know how to get in contact with these small businesses who are out here who have these great products or have these great services because they can't advertise and they can't market like some people can. So it's not only to get the small business in contact with the clientele that suits them, but
Right.
also to get the community at large in contact with those small businesses so that everybody can get an equal opportunity to get whole and well and get that holistic healing that they're looking for.
Hmm. You serious about your business? I definitely understand that. Now, with social media, jump into social media. Social media can be a beast. It's so much to manage by itself. You're
Yeah.
already managing trying to get all these vendors, but you have to also promote. Now, when it comes to promoting, what does that look like for your business? Are you just promoting via social media? What is promoting as an event organizer?
So for me, it's promoting on social media and doing that in person
Okay.
in the community, in the local community. So for me, it's Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. I actually have 2 Facebook accounts.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so it's, and not only doing like just the pages and the business pages, but also doing the paid ads. And it's just a lot because it's all, and then Eventbrite, and it's so many different platforms. And it's
Mm-hmm.
like, okay, hold on. Did I check this one today? Did I check that one today? Hold on, let me go post on this one. Hold on, what about that one over there? Did I forget anything? Yeah, so it gets to be a little hectic because it's a lot of different places to go to try
Too
to,
many.
yeah.
It's way too many places. Honestly, I mean, even with TikTok, I mean, it's almost like you have to keep up with technology
Yeah.
nowadays because, I mean, we're starting to hear that, TikTok is a place to be as well. You need to start promoting your business in TikTok. It's like, ah, it's
Hmm.
too many platforms.
Exactly.
I'm only one person, or I'm only
Exactly.
the one who's responsible for this. So it can definitely, you can feel you can feel some type of way when trying to make sure you're managing these different platforms.
Hmm.
Um, when it comes to learning a new platform, when it comes to like the first time you were learning, just on the scene with Instagram and different platforms, is it a struggle? Is it do you do your research? Like, how do you feel when jumping to a new platform trying to adapt?
So you saw the trouble I had trying to get on here. I'm not super tech savvy. I've never been that person, but running your own small business, you can't really afford to pay, especially when you're just getting started. You can't really afford to go pay like these different other companies to market your stuff for you and do that stuff for you. And plus, you kind of want to, as a small business, you want to put your own voice and your own everything out there. So it's
Right.
like you want to maintain control, but it's hard. It's hard to do so much stuff on your own and try to figure it out. And I ask for help. I'm telling you, I ask for help.
And there's
I will
nothing wrong
call
with that.
somebody in a minute. I will call my cousin. I will call my friend. Like, hey, look, Instagram. What do I have to do? What am I supposed to be doing? I don't know.
I remember the first time when we had to learn how to create a reel. That was crazy. I'm not. I mean, when you're trying to learn these different things, when you're keeping up with technology with your business and you're trying to focus on, just day-to-day business operations, it can get a little frustrating, especially if you already have other responsibilities outside of the business.
Exactly. And the thing is, I'm a mom, I'm a wife, and I'm actually homeschooling my daughter right now. So you're trying to homeschool and work
Yeah.
from home and cook and clean and take care of the husband. And it can be very overwhelming, especially when you're trying to do all these social media platforms and you just got a message on your phone and it's time for
Right.
lunch and it's time to do math and yeah, it can get hectic.
Yes. Trust me, it is a struggle, but it's definitely worth it. We all know that it's an investment.
Hmm.
We all know that we have to put in to at least to get to the results. It may take a year, it may take two, it may take five, but at least you have a vision for what you're trying to do and you have to attack it. Now,
Absolutely. Absolutely. Because at the end of the day, what kind of drove me to start my own business was the fact that I'm working for all of these companies and corporations and I'm making money for them, but then I get this fraction of a percent of what they're making. And it's like I could put that hard work that I'm doing into my own and create a legacy for my family.
creating legacy, creating a legacy, that's what we all have to do. So, getting back to vending, what was your first event? Do you remember it?
I do.
How was it? Tell us about it.
So it was good. It was a very good experience. It was very small.
Okay.
It was not a lot of foot traffic, but all of the vendors were, so I was very thoughtful in what my first vending spot was going to be. So I wanted it to be somewhere that would kind of fit my brand.
Right.
So it was hosted by Mentally Fit. And it was such a good vibe, and just all of the other vendors were spectacular, and
Right.
it was just an overall good experience as far as the networking and getting your feet wet. Like if it had been crazy busy for my first one, I would have had anxiety. I'm like, I don't want to do this anymore. But it was good. It was a nice flow. It was great people, and it was a great atmosphere. And that kind of set the stage for my journey to becoming an event planner because I saw what I liked about it. And I had a
Okay.
good experience with my first vending experience. So the ones I did after that kind of let me see, okay, this is what I really liked, and it gave me a good
Mhm.
impression. And this is the stuff that I don't like. So I'm going to utilize everything that I just learned, and I'm going to try to stream it so that it can be the most benefit it can for everyone involved.
Hmm. So let me ask you a question. I know you feel as though it's beneficial for you, but how do you really feel about vending? That was your first experience. You had a great experience with your first experience. But for other entrepreneurs that's out there, burgeoning entrepreneurs, people who are just starting, how do you feel? Do you feel as though vending would benefit their business?
It kind of depends. It depends on how thoughtful you are with
Hmm.
what company you're going to, whoever's hosting it. Because
Okay.
if it doesn't fit your brand and you're
Hmm.
just going to an event because it's close to your house, you might not have the target market there that you're looking for. So
Right.
it's a lot to go into it. Like you really have to do your research. You really have to do your research, figure out like where are these places located?
Yep.
Is it in a warehouse off the beaten path? Do they have a following? Like, it's a lot of different things that come into play, and you really have to be thoughtful and pay attention to where you are, who your host is, what their goals are, and I guess what their motivation is. Because at the end of the day, if their motivation is to just get your money in their pockets, then that's not benefiting you at all because then you have no audience, you have no guests that you're serving. You know.
You bring up a great point. I think that's why a lot of people, there's some entrepreneurs who had bad experiences and feel as though vending is not for them because of those certain things that you listed. They went to an event and it didn't align with their business.
Hmm.
They were selling candles, but they went somewhere where no one liked candles, or
Right.
someone was selling clothes and it wasn't, that event had nothing to do with clothes. So
Right.
picking the right event is extremely important.
Hmm.
That's that's dead on. Now, someone told us, I'm not going to tell you who, but someone told us someone might be having an event soon. So we already know that you understand the importance of vending. We understand that you know that you have so much experience with vending. We know that you treat your vendors with love and you focus on them.
Hmm.
So, since we know all these things, let us know about this event and why they should sign up.
I would love to. So basically, this is the second version of the self care social.
Okay.
This is the Self Care Social 2 Family Wellness Weekend. So, the first Self Care Social was all about self and self care and focusing on those things that make you happy. Because if you're not truly happy and whole and well within yourself, you can't
Hmm.
be there for your family. So, this time we wanted to do a family wellness weekend. So, this time it's a 2-day version, and
Ooh.
it's not just focusing on you by yourself, but also your whole family. Because that's great that you're getting to the point in your journey where you're whole and well. But now we need to incorporate everybody because you have to take care of you first. But now
Yes.
that you're taking care of you, you have to bring them all in. So this is going to be on March 19th and March 20th in Laurel,
Okay.
Maryland at the Doubletree Hotel. And so we're
Mm.
going to have all kinds of, so it's not just going to be vendors. We're
Okay.
going to have a lot of vendors because we want everybody to be able to get in contact with any kind of resource that they might need. So
Right.
anybody that does self-care or holistic wellness, stuff like that. But we're also going to have speakers. We're going to have classes,
Ooh.
arts and crafts. So it's going to be great for you as an individual, but also your husband, your wife, your grandparents, the kids. It's just going to be all around good time. Good time.
And and I can vouch for you. I honestly can vouch for you because we were at the first one. We came out to Laurel. We showed up at the hotel. We were like, okay, let's see what this event is about. I felt the love. I saw the vendors having a great time. And the most important thing, and this goes out to a lot of event organizers, you didn't have a lot of the same type of vendors.
No.
That's extremely important
Mm-hmm.
because now there's competition.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So when I went there, I didn't see a lot of the same people. The vendors were happy. The attendees were happy. Everyone was enjoying themselves. So, and I actually walked away with some great things there. So
Probably
with
more
that,
than you intended.
tell me about it. I did not budget for this. But on the other side, people do not know how important or how hard vending is, right?
Mm-hmm.
Being an event organizer is extremely difficult as well.
Mm-hmm.
Extremely difficult. You are the show. If something happens, they're looking at you.
Yep.
So, with that said, have you had any bad experiences with being an event organizer or being a vendor?
So I wouldn't say it's a bad experience, but the only thing that kind of irritated me about being an event organizer is that when you use these other platforms like these Facebook pages and stuff like that, you get a lot of scammers. So you get a lot of people who are, and that's whether you're a planner, organizer, or whether you're a vendor. So you'll
Right.
have a organizer who's actually a scammer who's just trying to take your money. There's no event, there's no anything going on, and
Yep.
they give you false information, or they try to steal information from other people's events and try to get
Hmm.
you to pay them. Yeah. So like people, like for
Hmm.
example, I had somebody, I have paid Facebook ads. So I had somebody comment in one of the comment sections of one of my ads that, hey, we're still accepting vendors. DM me to make your payments. And
Right.
I had to go in and say, hey, you have nothing to do with this event. Please don't. And delete the comment. But it's like that's the kind of stuff that you have to worry about when you're on such a broad platform with so many different people like Facebook and Instagram and stuff like that. It's just worrying about the scammers and stuff being legit.
That, wow, we never thought about that. So, as an event organizer, you really have to pay attention to everything, like your comments and everything, because someone can easily act like like they're the event organizer.
Yep.
Wow. I mean, it's crazy. You do all that you can do to provide this beautiful experience, and you got people out there that's trying to steal from you. Listen,
Exactly.
that is that is not the way to go. But that doesn't stop you. You're still moving forward. You
Hmm.
still understand that you have your own things that you have to hurdles that you have to go over as
Hmm.
a event organizer. So do vendors. So
Yep.
when you think of vendors, right? They're there 5 hours, 6 hours, sometimes 8 hours at an event. They're working, they're talking. I mean, they're working hard. What do you do as an event organizer to make that vending experience or that vending opportunity a little easier for them?
So a lot of times, when you're dealing with small businesses, a lot of people, especially that I deal with, sometimes this is they're just getting into business. They've never
Okay.
been there before, or they haven't been to many different events. So I kind of walk everyone through everything. I send out a mass email and I let everybody know, like, hey, this is what you can expect. This is how many people we expect. So
Hmm.
you will want to have enough product to be able to take care of at least this amount of people. Make sure you bring your change. Make sure you bring a extension cord. Just stuff that a lot of people don't realize that they need until they actually
Right.
get there and they're like, oh, I forgot to get change, stuff like that. So I try to keep everybody informed about what's going on all the time. And then not even just before the event, but throughout the entire process. So I'll update my vendors and let them know, like, hey, we have this many guests registered so far.
Right.
We just put out a new Facebook ad. Stay on the lookout for it. And then I also, when I'm doing the promotions and marketing and stuff,
Right.
I make sure I incorporate their images and their symbols and stuff like that, so that it's not all about me, it's also about them.
That's wonderful. I mean, especially with sending those emails. So, I mean, that's an excellent touch. You are an excellent event organizer, shall I say. Yes, I will give you a pat on your back. So in your opinion, what do you think makes a good vendor?
Somebody who's passionate about their products. Like,
Okay.
if you're just buying something from the dollar store and then trying to resell it for $2, I mean, you're not really
Right.
passionate about that. I mean, you might really like those dollar store products, but
Right.
it's like, I feel like the people who are most successful are the people who actually are creating something with their hands, or it's something
Right.
that they're really passionate about, something that they really feel strongly about. Because when you do, that communicates to the audience, that communicates to the guests. So you're not just selling your product, you're also selling yourself and your passion and what you're driven by.
You're definitely selling yourself, especially with vending. Anytime someone comes to your table, 9 times out of 10, they are selling. You are definitely selling yourself. Because if you're just sitting back and, oh, hey, how you doing? And not really, you know, conversing with, the attendees and not giving them the energy that they need, they're like, it doesn't matter how good your product is.
Exactly.
They already experienced your personality. And it's like, well, you know what? I'm not going to give my hard earned money to this,
Exactly.
individual who doesn't seem like they even want my business. Yeah. So with that said, we definitely know you can't sit behind a table and just have a stink attitude. What
No.
other things? What other things? What advice would you give to an entrepreneur as like what are some additional things they should keep in mind when vending?
Definitely know what crowd you're going to have. So, for example, if you're, let's say you're targeting audience that's mostly kids,
Right.
being able to relate to them and speak to them on their level, like just being able to. Okay, so I'll give you a better example. Like, we're the self-care social too. So we're all about
Okay.
wholeness and wellness. So it's not only being able to talk to the guests and be passionate about your products, but also tying in the purpose of the event with your product and how it relates and how it could benefit them on those terms. So, like, if you're at the self-care social and you're selling homemade candles, you want
Right.
to talk about how good these candles smell and how great they would be when you're meditating. You know what I mean? Like, just being able to really know who your audience is and
Mm-hmm.
being able to adjust what your product is and be able to, like, correlate that with what the purpose of the mission of the event is. Does that make sense?
Oh, that makes a lot of sense. Yes. Oh, everyone that's on this live, if you're an entrepreneur, I mean, she is spitting out some excellent advice. You have to listen to her. She's wise. She is an event organizer. She already well, she is an entrepreneur as well who has products to sell. So she knows both sides. And
Mhm.
tell me the name of your company again.
Whole well.
And for those who missed it, who is Howell?
Whole well is a company that focuses on the education, empowerment, and overall journey for everybody to become a whole and well community as a whole. It's making sure that everybody gets in contact with the resources that they need through
Right.
small businesses so that they can achieve their wellness goals without having to go to big corporations, but to also be able to get that from the small entrepreneur, the small business owner.
And she's building a community. Oh man, listen, I'm gonna give you your roses while you are here. You're doing a great job. So I have to ask you a question. And I want you to be honest and I want you to be truthful with that online platform, right? Let's just say there's an online platform that's out there that will connect you as an event organizer with other entrepreneurs. So you
Mhm.
have this event and you need to find, wonderful vendors, entrepreneurs to vend at your event. So there's an online platform that can connect you with the entrepreneurs and vice versa, all on one platform. How could that benefit you?
Oh, how could that benefit me? That means I could alleviate scammers. It wouldn't take me so long to vet the vendors. That would save me a lot of time and energy through trying to do Facebook and Instagram and keep up with posts and trying to just do everything myself. Because, as a small
Right.
business, you don't really have a lot of money to put into other resources. So you do a lot of stuff yourself. So if you could do all of that from one platform, that would
Yeah,
save you time, it would save you energy, and you can focus more on yourself and relaxing, and you can put that towards other parts of your business so then you can grow that instead of having to worry about these things.
I love it. I love it. And honestly, that really means a lot to us because it shows us that what we are doing, there's a purpose behind it. It shows us that there's people out there, there's entrepreneurs like yourself, event organizers, vendors. It shows us that when we create this, or once we launch this website, once we launch this online platform, that there will be a lot of entrepreneurs that will truly benefit from it. So listen, we appreciate it. We are mindful of the time. But before we wrap it up, please let them know the name of your event and what day it is.
So again, it's the Self-Care Social 2 Family
Okay.
Wellness Weekend. Bring your family, bring your friends, bring everybody. It's
Everybody.
on March. It's on March 19th and 20th. It's a 2-day event from 11 to 6 at the DoubleTree in Laurel, Maryland.
You heard it from her. Make sure
Oh,
you're there.
one more thing. If you want to see a schedule of events to see who's going to be speaking and what classes we're going to be having, you can go to my website, www.wholewellwork.com, and check out the schedule.
Tell us again. What was that?
www.whole, W-H-O-L-E, well, W-E-L-L, work, W-O-R-K.com. Yep.
Wholewellwork.com. So please, you guys, make sure. Listen, this is not just a live for you to sit back and relax. I know you love her personality. This is not about us. It's all about her. We understand that. She is a great individual. But if you are an entrepreneur or if you're just someone who just, want to attend the event, there's an awesome event in Laurel. Where is Laurel? Laurel, Maryland. It's right there in between DC and it's right there in between DC and Baltimore. A
Mhm.
perfect location to have an event. So make sure you show up. Tell them the date again
March 19th to March 20th.
and tell them the time.
11 to 6 both days.
11 to 6. So make sure you guys show up. Now, before we end, we need to know, or we need you to provide us with a Vendmae tip of the day. And what is Vendmae tip of the day? There could be an entrepreneur out there. You're speaking to someone. You are an entrepreneur. You've been an entrepreneur for a while now. What is something that you had to learn by experience? What can you tell an entrepreneur that they don't have to go through it? Give them something. A Vendmae tip of the day.
I would have to say, don't give up. Don't stop. I don't care if it's 5 minutes a day, if it's 5 seconds a day. Don't stop. Keep going, especially if it's something that you're passionate about and you want it to have longevity, you want to build a legacy. Don't stop. No matter what anybody says, people will say things. Don't stop. If it makes you happy, if it fulfills your purpose, fulfills your life, your heart, your spirit, keep going.
No matter what.
Yep.
And separate your feelings.
Yes.
Because, I mean, that's an excellent tip of the day. But even there's sometimes we don't feel like it. Sometimes we don't feel like pushing forward. That feeling thing we have to understand is just an emotion. Don't let that get in the way of the bigger purpose. So that was an excellent tip. You are an amazing entrepreneur. You're welcome. You have a great event coming up. Do you have vendor opportunities? Do you have vendor slots available?
I do. And we're actually only about 2 weeks away, a little over 2 weeks away to the event. So jump in my DMs, email me, call me, do whatever you need. I still have spots. If you do wholeness, wellness, self-care inspired products, come see me. We got room for you.
You heard her. Come see her. So thank you for joining. Listen, we will always support you. Anything that you need, reach out. But you guys, make sure you support. This is an awesome event. Please tell them your Instagram and where they can find you.
So my Instagram is Whole Well Work. My Facebook is Whole Well Work. My website is Whole Well Work. No matter where you look, we doing that whole well work. So come see me.
I love it. Well, thank you for joining. Thank you, everyone, for joining. Thank you, guys, for your comments. Thank you, guys, for the love. And to end it off, we do have a raffle. Thank you, everyone, for all the birthday wishes. We have a raffle that we will post right after this. You guys have flooded our comments, reposted. Entrepreneurs, I mean, there were some amazing entrepreneurs there. So we are going to support 3 entrepreneurs, but I won't be the one. I won't be the one who's actually doing the raffle. We have a surprise for you. We want to introduce you guys to someone who's a part of the team who's going to take over these interviews, and you're going to love her. So thank you, Jackie. Thank you for being amazing.
Thank you for having me. Thank you so much.
Oh, definitely. And if we know of any entrepreneurs who, that's looking for vendor opportunities, we're definitely going to send them your way because we know that they're going to have a great time at your event and there will be some attendees.
Yes.
Yeah, so thank you and you have a blessed day.
You too. Thank you.
No problem.